Yes, so it's early March 2023. Bringing in the big gun today, Dan. Chad's gone. He's on vacation, enjoying the sunny south. He'll be back. It's time to clean out the trailer, the equipment trailer. So we're going to do that, get that ready. It's a disaster again. I know I've done videos of it before, but it's a mess. So we're going to clean that up, get it all nice and pretty so that we're ready to go for this year. Ooh, the best laid plans of mice and men. You know, it all sounded good, seemed like a good idea. And so when you start something, sometimes one thing just leads to another. So the plan is, and I'm going to do it if it kills me, is to move the trailer over here and clean it out and organize it. So I went over to hook onto it. I have an electric motor on the front to raise and lower the trailer. So you know how one thing will lead to another? Sometimes when you're trying to do something, well, this is leading one thing to another. Let's just take a look at this. So this has been on here for a year or so. It's all corroded, rusted. I was going to go plug it in, but it's not. This is not working. I've disconnected it at the front at the battery. This is DC power. It's not a 110 plug-in. So I need to change this and then go over and see if that fixes it. This is all corroded. I can't get it off. Except for doing it that way. So I'll put a new end on that. Then I'll go over and we'll move the trailer. So the one thing leading to another. Well, okay, so I was going to change the end, and well, I needed a new end. Had to go to the hardware store, and now I need my electrical box. I cleaned off my workbench, but this is where a lot of it ended up. Also, e-bike unwrapping stuff and other stuff. I've got to bag that up before, so I can find my electric box. I'm pretty sure it's in there. Also, I'm going to change the oil in my truck, so the ramps are somewhere. A little discombobulated. Just one thing leads to another. So here we go with cleaning. I hate to even set this down for fear of losing it, but I'm going to put it on the relatively clear workbench. Oh, I hope the toolbox is handy right in here. This stuff doesn't pack very well. Dan's here. He'll help me out. He has no idea what he's about to get into. So we're live on camera, and I just told him you just pulled in, and he has no idea what he's about to get into.
Oh, I have to go. Sorry.
So
Imagine that.
we're going to go private for just a minute. Good news, we bagged up a lot of this mess that was here. We did find, the reason why I wanted to do this is because of my electrical box, because I needed these wire strippers, and they're not in there. So Dan, Delightful Dan, he was over there, says, oh, you were looking for those? And they're buried over there. So we're going over to there. And they're actually not buried. He found them on that shelf. That's a disaster. You may reach them delightfully.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we have the strippers. I'm going to go back to what my original Well, not even the original. I'm going to fix the outlet so we can make the trailer jack work. Ta-da! There they are. There. All right. Okay, so the one thing that led to another, now we're going to do an oil change as well. We found the ramps that were lost. They were buried under the snow. Dan and I are going to flip for it to find out who does the oil change. Yeah. Who do you want to do the oil change or fix the?
I don't care.
All right. Hey, I'm putting the fuse to that cable that I just cut off in my pocket, lest I forget. It's been a day of losing things, eh? I got it in 4 wheels, so hopefully.
It's not like that. But both sled the same, it looks like.
They what?
Both are the same. Try to creep forward. Touch more. Okay. Check the other one.
Make sure it's off. That's how you test it. Dan's a real trooper. He's down underneath. Did you get that creeper, Dan?
No.
All right, get those stripped. Okay, I didn't show me putting all that together, but I got it. After Dan gets the oil changed, we're going to go over and try this baby.
What's that oil?
Think it's going to work?
Oh yeah. Is it crank brake?
Yeah. I do have a crank. Hopefully I don't have to use it. So I got to pull ahead just a skosh. Good? Does it work?
Sure. Hey, yes. Look, I see a
Plug.
light.
Oh, nice.
3-track.
Whew. Oh, baby.
Up.
Oh. Success. We're going to move this baby over. What? It's not a baby, okay?
Bad boy.
Bad. It's a bad boy. I wonder if it's even froze to the ground. It's been here all winter.
Trust me, you will. Keep going.
I got it.
Sure.
So we opened the garage door, the overhead door, backed the trailer up appropriately, and we just blocked all the way around underneath to close it in so we could turn the heat on and work relatively warmly in cleaning up the trailer. We moved quite a bit of stuff out. We're trying to figure out the best layout inside. Want to take a peek at that? You can still see we have a lot to clean up. This is what happens end of the year. That's going to be all prettied up. Trying to figure out where we want to hang, like all the guns. Ideally, we try to keep the guns and nails in the same area towards the back of the trailer. I think we're going to move the nails over down here. We've started cleaning that out. I think that's going to be our plan, so we'll keep you up to date on it. Previously, we had shelves in here that we were storing anything long, 9 or 10 feet long, like drip edge, house wrap, F channel, J channel, those types of things. We're going to clear that out and switch over to just carrying what we need per job for the longer stuff. Got to figure out what to do with the hoses and cords. The problem is the nails were always in the way down here, or these were in the way to get at the nails. So that's why we're going to move the nails over to the other side. Yep. Okay, hold the fingers. It's going to be a lot nicer not having extension cords in front of it. Finished nails. So we're kind of cleaned up pretty well here to where I'm satisfied with it. I have a generator here for if we're on the job site and lose power. All of our shim stock. We usually just keep a bundle of cedar shims for installing doors, for around windows and whatnot. A limited paint department, rollers, roller trays. We keep a small amount of fiberglass insulation just to chink wherever we might need to. I'll have to clean that up. A bathroom, just a urinal in there. It's pretty basic, but it's nice if you're in town where there's no trees to hide behind. Over on this side, keep most of our shovels, hand tool, pickaxe. We do have to use that once in a while. Post hole diggers, the bull float. A lot of our concrete stuff, our trowels, boots, anchor bolts, things like that in this corner. Then we'll hang up a lot more shovels and rakes along here. All of our roof truss spacers we'll leave in this barrel. That tends to travel all over the trailer. We never know where that'll be.
Vice grips.
Vice grips? Throw them away?
Yeah.
So we're starting to work through the mess up on this end a little bit. Still got a ways to go. We are calling it a day. We'll finish this another day to clean out, but we got good headway. Hopefully the door will shut now when we get everything out of the way. Yep. You got that? What's in the way? Anything? We made it so we can just shut the door. Here he goes. Nothing, probably. Hopefully it doesn't hit anything. It didn't before. I'm not even going to look. I looked. There it is. We'll come back again probably tomorrow or the next day. We have other things going on. E-bikes. I only got a few more, 3 more of those coming, I think. And then I'm done with those, maybe. It's been a really fun project doing those. But anyway, all right. We'll be back. And hey, it is yet another day. Starting all over. We're going to finish up the trailer today, getting it organized again. Move it out of here so we can open this doorway up. Get some lights on in here. After much head scratching, I couldn't figure out how to secure a steel or metal socket into here so that I could use a drill to wind it up, much as I wanted to. That was a great idea. So instead I drilled some holes on each side, and I had a boat winch that brand new. I have two of them that I never used. I was going to use them to drag stuff up onto my trailer, and I never used it. So I have these beautiful handles, and so hopefully that will fit in there. See if I can pound it. Yeah. Perfect. That is really tight. I could put a bolt in here to hold it. I probably will do something like that. That's going to work. We'll do the same on the lower one when we build that. I have a couple more things to add on to here. One of you folks, Rob, you know who you are, suggested a dowel across here so that when we coil up the cord, hopefully it would work. The cord would work its way back and forth by riding on this. We'll see if it works. I'm going to try it. Typically, the farthest we get from the trailer with an extension cord is 100 feet. We won't run in series like 300 feet of cord. We just don't do that because of the amperage drop. These are all 12 gauge wire, so it's good and heavy duty. This is typically the mess that we would be looking at, having to sort them out. I'm ready to roll it up on there. I'm pretty doggone excited about this. $100. $200. $300. Woo! That's all the 100-foot cords I have. Now we'll go to put 50s up there. $50. $100. So that's 300 and 400 feet. $450 total. We have another three more or so 50-footers that we typically bring on site. We'll usually leave a couple here. Very pleased with that. We are pretty well done as far as we're going to go now. It's mid-March. We are going to start gearing up for building some garages finally. I just had a delivery of lumber so I can do the wall layouts, plates, things like that. And I'll do a demonstration on some typical common mistakes. I don't know if they're typical, common mistakes that can be made if you're not planning things out ahead or if you're not familiar with framing technique. Let's open this door. It's like a grand reveal, sort of. So this is kind of how it would be when I show up to a job site. We'd open the door. We would grab an extension cord from that brand new. I already have a cord plugged in from here where we could just pull that out. So over here we have all like our electrical setup. I have It looks kind of weird. You know what? Maybe let's do a close-up of this. Hold on. We plug in a lot of things here that don't draw a lot of amperage really. So it looks a little strange. I have this all tucked away. We have 2 3-way cords plugged into some outlet strips. There's 3 outlet strips, and each one is, I think, 6 plug-ins. We've made a bank of chargers so that we have 2 Makita. We have another off-brand that we use. Something. It's Snap Fresh. We call it Snappy. It's just a little blower. So we have all the batteries. We just plug them in. That's quite often the first thing we'll do in the morning. We'll get those plugged in. Get them charging. Make sure all our batteries are ready to go. This is kind of the electrical battery area. What we do, we have all the pneumatics over here, nailers, nail guns. Sometimes it's quicker to use air power. So we'll end up plugging the compressor stays right here. It'll be plugged in, so we don't have to move anything out. It's all there. Just have to hook up the air hoses and off we go working. Have all the tools back here. We have 1 cordless circular saw and 2 or 3 corded ones. Sometimes if we're doing a lot of cutting, it works well to use the corded. Screws over here, nails. There's this baby holds a lot of the important garage door parts that sometimes a door comes without something, and so I have a lot of spare parts there. We can hang up 3 extension ladders on this side, 3 6-footers, step ladders, a couple of 8-foot step ladders. A lot of these boxes are specific to certain things. This is basically mostly for garage door installation. It has all the winding rods and so on. Stuff down through there. The bathroom. In the bathroom, it's just a urinal. It's not fancy, but if you're in a place where you need to go and there's no privacy, that works great. We also keep folding chairs, a spare tire, a jack, things like that. I think we ought to come inside and look around. We'll just start to the back and walk through some of these things. These are a lot of wrecking implements, sledgehammers, pry bars, also levels. We don't have all of our tools back in here yet. I'm still going to be using some in the shop. So there's quite a bit of space. We'll have the chop saw, table saw, vacuum, shop vac, generator, drill for drilling wedge anchors into concrete, just job specific boxes. Sill seal, we keep pretty much a pallet of cedar shims. The bathroom. In this corner, it's pretty hard to keep this corner cleared out, but we will have a lot of things in here. We'll also have the bowl float setup arrangement. There'll be 3 pairs of boots quite often in there. Anchor bolts, trowels and so on. Escape door. More shovels. Truss spacers. We reuse those. These are handy this way so that we can just come in and grab the one that we want and then grab a battery to go with it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on my trailer tune-up, putting it back together. Can't wait to try this out on the job site, which is probably a little over a month away. And then finally we'll be somewhere pounding nails. Pounding nails. See you later. Let's move that trailer.